Truck driving is a lifestyle. It's not just a career. You give up a lot to be away from your family to do it, but just something I enjoy very much. When there's no traffic to worry about, it's when you really start to reflect about the past. If I would have went down different paths, would I have this job? Would I have the great kids I have? Would I have the great wife I have? Probably not. You think about it. You try not to, but it's part of your life when you're driving. I was born in 1968 in Crawfordsville, Indiana. I was in kindergarten and I got ran over by a car. Got drugged about a block and a half under the car. My skull actually got cracked. I was in the hospital recovering. They started noticing different things. They said I wasn't acting the same way I was before. So my ID came after that. An ID is an intellectual disability. And basically the easiest way to say is we think differently or process differently. Going through high school, I played football, but that's the only time I was accepted. I ended up meeting my first wife, which is the mother of my children, Lee and Adam. Got a divorce at a very young age, and at that time was really just lost in my life. Was struggling to have a job to pay bills. I took the test to get in the military 3 times and got told they weren't gonna let me do it anymore. You're not smart enough. I was with the wrong people, doing the wrong things. Police got involved, and I was looking at 5 years in jail for basically theft. Pat Osterhaus asked me to come to Special Olympics basketball practice to join the team. They needed another player.
I brought him in Special Olympics, and he's a good role model.
He just looked at me and gave me a hug and said, "You're family." And that moment just made me stop and realize the people that had no reason to believe in me, believed in me enough to help me. I knew then that I would stay in Special Olympics and that I would fight through whatever I had to be part of it. Started out in Special Olympics just playing basketball. Eventually I ended up playing volleyball and golf. Life was good at that time, but there was still an emptiness in my heart, and that emptiness was my children. Special Olympics just made me a stronger person, and that gave me the support that I needed to go find my children.
The first time that I reconnected with my father, I was about 10, 11 years old. I didn't realize how important it was to me until my dad actually became part of my life. But then, he got me involved in Special Olympics. It's opened up my heart to allow me to embrace him for all that he is. That's where our bond really became as tight as glue. Good. Nice. We've been unified partners in golf for about 5 years. Unified sports is when non-intellectual disability athletes get involved with intellectual disability athletes where they can play the sport together.
Great shot, good job.
I'd love being able to compete with my dad.
Special Olympics is my family and always will be my family. I even met my wife through Special Olympics, Dana.
He was so sweet, very romantic, loves his children, loves my children, and he doesn't call them his, mine, it's ours.
Special Olympics gave me so much confidence, but I still felt like I needed to prove something, and that was join the military because I was told I couldn't do it at a younger age.
Not only did he want to do something that he could himself feel proud of, but I felt like he wanted to do something that me and my brother could be proud of as well.
It took me 7 times in 2 years to pass the exam to get into the military, but I did do it. In 2009, I got put on a deployment to go to Afghanistan. I landed in a position of helping supply out to get the equipment we needed.
He loved being with the guys that he was with. I mean, they watched each other's backs. I think he was very proud.
That was a joy. That was a big accomplishment in my life.
I view my dad as a champion, and he's a somebody. And not just to me, he's a somebody to a lot of Special Olympics athletes. He's a very good advocate for the athlete's voice. He's definitely a man worth getting to know. He's a man worth learning from, and I'm very proud of him.
I've been down lots of paths in my life, but I wouldn't change any of them paths because all of them led me right back to Special Olympics.